Witching Hour, July 16th, 2024. But first, please help my humble channel to grow. Like, subscribe, share, comment, any combination thereof. Why? Because you're beautiful on the inside and on the outside, that's why. So, I did not pray through the whole witching hour, unfortunately. I started praying just before midnight, and I prayed for just under an hour, and then I decided that I was too tired. I'm not sure if that's completely true. I could have pushed through. So I watched YouTube shorts for 2 hours, and then they were hitting me pretty hard that first hour of praying during the witching hour, where the Lord uses me to mock, spite their satanic beliefs and practices, and He uses me as a sign against them. They were hitting me pretty hard. They were hitting my foot with my upstairs neighbor, or could be him. I don't know. Hitting my foot, and of course the Lord was shielding me from it so I could feel it. But it's always interesting when they're hitting me at one part of my body for literally, in this case it was a half an hour, but sometimes it's for hours. They'll hit the same, usually my feet, part, sometimes for hours, and God shows me from it so I can feel it, but it doesn't become overwhelming. While I was watching the YouTube shorts, they weren't attacking me that much, they weren't targeting me that much. But then once I turned off the YouTube shorts and went to go to sleep, which was around 3 a.m., they started hitting me hard, and I did my best to sleep. God was merciful. I was somewhat tired. I could have pushed through and should have pushed through. I didn't. But the Lord did ultimately allow me to go to sleep. I had 2 weird dreams that I just did, and those, it's July 16th, but those dreams will not be uploaded till probably like August or September. Praise God. So I woke up at like 2 something, and then I finished my first prayer, and now that went 2 hours and 50 minutes. So it was, I have a timer, and I just stopped the timer when I stopped the first prayer at about 59 or 57 minutes. And then when I stopped it after I finished the first prayer, it was 2 hours and 50 minutes. So technically I've done my prayers for today, because what my promise to the Lord was initially, it was 2 hours of prayer a day, but then I increased it to 2 hours and 24 minutes a day, because 2 hours and 24 minutes is 10% of 24 hours. However, I don't feel comfortable doing only 1 prayer a day, even if that 1 prayer is split into 2 prayers, and it still goes over 24 hours, or excuse me, 2 hours and 24 minutes. So what I'm going to do is a second prayer later. The only interesting thing that they did in terms of attacking me, targeting me during the second part of that first prayer, the almost 2 hours, was I was rocking back and forth like I'm doing now, and they were hitting me with some kind of a DEW, which I guess, because of God's goodness, I can see the humor in it, rather than just, getting angry. But these DEWs, you can feel them as almost like bundles of vibration, and you can feel them in different parts. My bed is an old, cheap bed, because that's what they give poor people when they give us stuff that they wouldn't use. It has these springs. This is part of a spring that broke off of it. And that might help facilitate where I can feel the vibrations in the bed too. But the vibrations were literally going back and forth as I was rocking back and forth. So they were mocking me and, trying to spite me and get under my skin. And initially it started working, but then the Lord, His presence just was like, I just continued to pray. And even though they were doing the vibrations almost in sync, at times in sync with me rocking back and forth, now that I've finished the first prayer and look back, I'm like, that's hilarious. That is so funny. Like, if it wasn't intended to destroy me and to get me upset and to do something stupid, it really would be funny. It would be like something you could put into a comedy. God bless.